Joining me for this Coffee with the Editor, I am with Kenneth Williams from Makoya Group. For the context of my audience, just give an overview, like a full overview of Makoya, and again talk about how that relates into the rail side.
The Makoya Group obviously is a niche bulk handling commodity advisory type of service that we offer to the mining industry, and we obviously are in the rail space. And we own a few private sidings, and we obviously run a few leasehold sidings via Transnet, and we run a couple of the major coal producers' private sidings. So our business is predominantly in sidings and loading of bulk material. So we predominantly load coal down to Richards Bay, RBCT, Maputo, and of course Navitrade and MPT. We understood the need to diversify the business out of coal. And hence we dived a bit into chrome, and we did a proof of concept with one of the chrome producers, and it worked brilliantly. 18 months down the line, close on to 1 million tons of chrome there out of our Highveld rail facility, proving to be a sort of add-on benefit to Transnet, where you have a situation on the North Corridor around the Penderang region with cable theft and vandalism, and we kind of pick up the slack from that and still ensure that customers have route to market in terms of trucking, first mile trucking into Highveld, and we then load it onto rail. We actually load down for all the major chrome producers now, down to Richards Bay and to Maputo, which is fantastic because they have now not lost that volume, they have regained that volume, and they still get route to market. At the end of the day, it's all about providing the industry with route to market.
So what do you think, what in your view are the biggest challenges?
The aspect of Transnet not having sufficient locos, to run the corridors. And I think that's on the mend right now. We're quite excited as an industry to see what Transnet is doing. And we heard in this conference today that, there's been records of 5 years that were broken this week. So it's extremely, extremely exciting times under the new leadership of Transnet, and we're there to support them. In the private space, we consider cable theft to be an act of sabotage against the state. And we've seen the catastrophic impact of cable theft and how it's reduced the volumes for Transnet and for industry at large. It's actually a disease right now in the country. And I think it's time that, with the deployment of the new security forces, with Transnet and industry also stepping in to help. That's where we talk of the collaboration that Transnet has with industry. It's starting to show positive results, and we can see the volume numbers are picking up. Some of the Transnet team today mentioned, there's an increase. There's a target, then there's a stretch target, and then there's a pushy target, a stretch target. And it's quite heartwarming to see as an industry that we on the mend, and we get product to market.
Transnet is not a security company per se. It's seeing itself moving into that position quite quickly. As a company who collaborates, as somebody who wants to find solutions to this, what in your view is a good option for them?
So in terms of security, we've seen it across multiple commodities. Now, Transnet likes to focus on the commodity space. So it's the coal corridor, the coal commodity, and chrome and ferrochrome. We've seen it really work on the coal line, where industry has also assisted Transnet in terms of deployment of security and specialized security initiatives, using again technology to try and curb the cable theft. Ferrochrome producers, they have their own asset protection unit, which works hand in hand with Transnet. Give you a typical example: a train would leave one of my sidings, a ferrochrome train, and before it leaves the siding, Transnet security and the asset protection unit of that particular producer inspects the train and then follows the train every step of the way until it gets into Maputo.
In your opinion, what's next?
If you look across the board, across the ODs of Transnet, under the leadership of Russell and Michelle as the group CEO, the industry feels they're in safe hands. There's this new vibe that we feel. It's exciting times, and we're there to support Transnet in whatever initiatives they want to do to try and bring back the volumes. And the iron road leads to the sea. We have to move back to rail. It's back to basics, and that has now shown results on the coal line this week. It's shown results on the manganese line this week. go back to basics, let's start the rebuild, and let's get Transnet back where it needs to be.